Good day everyone, welcome back to my channel, Soul is Life. Today I'm showing you the pieces that I'm going to be working with. First we have the front section of the top, cut on singles, armhole, neckline. Then we have the back section of the top, armhole, neckline, cut on single. We also have the liner and the strip pieces for both the armhole and the neckline. So you could either use just a 1-inch strip which you flat stitch, fold over and flat stitch again, or you could just make a regular liner of the shape of the neckline and the armhole. So I did two different pieces so you'll be able to see your options. So to begin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the two front pieces and I'm going to separate the two back pieces. So what you're going to do is take one front and one back. I'm just going to show you this way. So we have one front and one back. Today I'll be working on a cameo top, a long cameo top, or some people call it a blouse, a loose blouse. Here I have the front and back piece. It's cut out with seam allowance included. I placed the front, one side of the front and one side of the back, right side facing each other. So to begin, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to join both the front and back shoulders together. Once I've done that, once I've joined the shoulders together, I'm going to stitch it with the 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch seam allowance, and then I'm going to use the liner piece to do the neckline and to do the armhole. So I'm going to take the liner pieces and do the armhole and both necklines. So I'm going to do it in sections. So as you can see, I have just one section. I have the front and the back. The front and the back of the other side is going to be the exact same pattern. So I'm just showing you it on one side. So I'm going to go ahead now, join the shoulders, and I'm going to put the liner on the armhole, the front neckline, and the back neckline. So I'll be back to show you what that looked like. So let's begin. Here I've stitched the liner onto the armhole and I've joined the shoulder line. Before I put the liner on the neckline, front and back, I'm going to join the front section of the cami. So I'm going to go ahead now and just seam allowance stitch all the way down. I'm just going to go ahead and stitch from the neckline to the bottom. Go ahead and stitch it all the way down, and then I'm going to do the liner for the neckline. So I'll be back to show you what it looks like. After I'm stitching the liner for the neckline and the armhole, and I've closed and serged the front of the top, I'm now going to work on joining both front and back pieces together. So here we have the front and back pieces on both sides. I line them up with the seam allowance, and I'm going to go ahead now and flat stitch Alongside the seam allowance, I'm going to flat stitch both pieces together and join them. So I'm going to go ahead and flat stitch down the join both the pieces, and I'll be back to show you what it looks like. Both sides of the top are stitched together. Now I'm going to move on to hemming the bottom of the top. Also, depending on what closure you're going to put in the back, you're going to have to flat stitch down the back. So the back on this top is going to be open. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to fold this in and I'm going to flat stitch it down. Then I'm just going to fold this over like this. Flat stitch the whole thing down. I'm also going to do the same thing with the other side. I'm just going to go ahead and fold it over and flat stitch it down. So I'm going to do that on both sides of the back pieces. If you're going to put a zipper, then go ahead and put your zipper. You're going to put buttons, go ahead and put your buttons. So I'm going to go ahead now and flat stitch down the closure, and I'm going to go ahead and hem the bottom of the top. So once I'm done that, I'll be back to show you what it looks like. After I'm done closing the side closure of the top, this is what the back looks like. The back closure is 3 buttons with buttonholes. It's 3 inches apart, and I left the rest open. You could option put the buttons all the way down, or you could put a zipper all the way down. So this is what the back of the top looks like. This is the neckline. This is the armhole. This is the other section, the front and the sides. So there you have the finished top, and this is what it looks like.